Hey folks, this is Gabe at Security.org. And did you know that 37% of young people have reported being the victims of online harassment? Well, today I wanted to talk a little bit about cyberbullying. In today's video on cyberbullying, I'm going to talk about what exactly it is, its prevalence, and what you can do to address and prevent it in your home. Now, for more information on cyberbullying, including resources and guides, head on over to Security.org. Let's start the conversation on cyberbullying by defining what exactly it is. Now, cyberbullying is the bullying, i.e. harassment or sharing of information with the intent to embarrass or harm others through digital devices. Now, people can engage in this behavior through social media, email, text messages, even gaming platforms. Some examples of cyberbullying include sending hateful or threatening messages, sharing someone's personal information or even personal photos with others with the intent to harm, hacking into someone's account and impersonating them in order to send messages as that person. It can also mean doctoring photos to imply something about a person, posting mean and hurtful comments publicly on social media, or even creating false social media profiles in order to damage someone's reputation. So you may be thinking, well, I don't believe this is happening with my child. And hopefully that's true. And this is not something you're going to have to deal with. However, the prevalence of cyberbullying is sobering. Almost 40% of middle and high school students reported being the victims of cyberbullies. Now, typically cyberbullying takes the form of name calling and the spreading of rumors. However, and honestly quite disturbingly, 1/3 of girls between 15 and 17 have received an explicit photograph that they did not solicit. In fact, it's become so common that the FBI has prioritized this type of cyberbullying in its investigations. Additionally, almost 15% of young people have admitted to being cyberbullies themselves, and many teachers state that it is their number one concern in the classroom. In fact, it's not only because teachers want a safer, more unified classroom and students that are actually getting along, but also because those who are cyberbullied are more likely to exhibit symptoms of anxiety and depression. Furthermore, there seems to be a relationship between those who engage in cyberbullying and the future likelihood that they'll have run-ins with law enforcement, have an unhealthy relationship with alcohol, and even be abusive to their future partners. Now, despite the prevalence of cyberbullying, it is similar to other harmful behaviors in the fact that most victims are unwilling to report it. In fact, only 11% of young people were willing to talk to their parents about their experiences with cyberbullying. So how can you address and prevent cyberbullying? Well, you have to be proactive. This means educating yourself on how to talk to your child about cyberbullying, which is illustrated by fostering a relationship built upon trust. This means learning the warning signs that your child is being affected by cyberbullying, like anxiety. This means establishing guidelines for your child's use of the internet. For example, knowing the apps that they use and how they use them. Now, our guides and resources at Security.org may be a good place for you to begin in order to help further your knowledge on this subject, along with sites like DoSomething.org. If cyberbullying has already been perpetrated by or against your child, there are a number of steps that you can take. The first is to comfort your child and make them feel supported. Listen first and speak second. You may want to enlist the help of a counselor or therapist. Next, it may be difficult, but you want to retain all correspondences and evidence of cyberbullying. And then make sure you are working directly with the institutions potentially involved, like schools or any other type of organization, and not the alleged perpetrators or their parents. Take particular note if the threats are based on a trait like race, sex, or disability, and contact the proper authorities if a physical or sexual threat is explicit or implied. This video barely scratches the surface on the complex and crucial issue of cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is difficult to detect, it's difficult to combat, but I know it's something we all want to improve upon collectively for the safety of our communities and our families. Now, if you have any particular resources or guides that you'd like us to be aware of, please drop it below in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And if you appreciated today's video, give us a like and hit that subscribe button. As always, this is Gabe at Security.org. Be secure.